My wife said, "You're overreacting. My ex just needed a small loan to get back on his feet." I didn't argue. I simply checked the account and saw $10,000 missing. A week later, she came home to find the locks changed and a note that said, "Now you can help him stand." I'm 32, work as an operations manager for a logistics company, and I've been married to my wife, Nicole, for 5 years. We met through mutual friends at a wedding, hit it off immediately, and got married 2 years later. I thought we had a solid marriage. We both worked, split bills fairly, had a joint savings account for emergencies and future plans. I made about $90,000 a year. She made around $60 as a marketing coordinator. We were comfortable, building toward buying a house, talking about kids eventually. Nicole's ex-boyfriend from college, Tyler, was someone she mentioned occasionally. They dated for about a year before things ended amicably, or so she said. She told me they stayed friendly, but barely talked. I'd never met him, never felt threatened by him. He was just a name that came up sometimes in old stories. That should have stayed true. 3 weeks ago, on a Thursday evening, I came home from work around 6:30. Nicole was in the kitchen making dinner, pasta with chicken, one of our regular weeknight meals. We were talking about our days, normal married couple conversation. Then her phone buzzed on the counter. She glanced at it, and her expression changed. Just for a second. A flash of something I couldn't identify. "Everything okay?" I asked. "Yeah, fine. Just Tyler." I paused mid-bite. "Tyler? Your ex? Tyler?" "Yeah. He reached out a few days ago. He's going through a rough patch. Lost his job, behind on rent. He was asking if I knew anyone hiring." "That sucks for him," I said. "Did you have any leads?" "Not really. But I've been trying to help where I can." Something about the way she said it made my stomach tighten, but I let it go. We finished dinner, watched a show, went to bed. Normal night. The next morning, Friday, I was getting ready for work when I noticed Nicole was already up and dressed, which was unusual. She normally slept until 7:30, and I left at 7. "You're up early," I said. "Yeah, I'm meeting someone for coffee before work. Just a quick thing." "Who?" She hesitated. Just half a second. "Tyler. He wanted to talk about job prospects. I know someone at an agency that might be hiring." "Oh, okay." She left before I did. I tried not to think about it, but it nagged at me all day. Why meet him in person for that? Why not just make an introduction over email? That weekend, Nicole was on her phone more than usual, texting, smiling at the screen, being secretive about it. When I asked who she was talking to, she'd say, "Just work stuff," or "Just Jenna, her best friend." I didn't push it. I trusted her. That was my first mistake. On Monday evening, I was paying bills online and decided to check our joint savings account. We'd had about $32,000 in there, money we'd been saving for a down payment on a house. When the page loaded, my heart stopped. $22,000. $10,000 was gone. I refreshed the page 3 times thinking it was an error. It wasn't. There was a transfer made on Saturday morning. $10,000 moved to an external account I didn't recognize. I sat there staring at the screen for what felt like an hour, but was probably 5 minutes. Then I called Nicole. She was at book club with her friends, or so she'd said. "Hey babe, what's up?" she answered, music and voices in the background. "Can you come home?" "We need to talk." "Is everything okay?" "Just come home, please." She got there 20 minutes later. I was sitting at the kitchen table with my laptop open, the bank account still displayed on the screen. "What's going on?" she asked, setting her purse down. I turned the laptop toward her. "Want to explain this?" She looked at the screen. Her face went pale, then flushed. "Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you." "Tell me what?" "That you took $10,000 from our savings?" "I didn't take it. I loaned it." My blood went cold. "Loaned it to who?" She didn't answer right away. She walked to the fridge, got a bottle of water, took a long drink, stalling. "Nicole, who did you loan $10,000 to?" "Tyler." I laughed. actually laughed, a harsh, bitter sound I didn't recognize as my own. You loaned your ex-boyfriend $10,000 from our joint savings account without asking me? He was desperate. He's about to be evicted. He needed help. So you gave him our house fund? It's a loan. He's going to pay it back. When? When he gets back on his feet. Which is when exactly? Did you get that in writing? Did you draw up a contract? She crossed her arms. No, I trust him. You trust him? You trust your ex-boyfriend with $10,000 of our money. It's not just your money, it's our money. I have just as much right to it as you do. You're right. It's our money, which means you should have discussed it with me before giving half of it away to your ex. I knew you'd react like this. That's why I didn't tell you. React like what? Like a person who's upset that his wife secretly gave their savings to another man? You're overreacting. Tyler just needed a small loan to get back on his feet. He's going through a hard time. I was just being a good person. I closed my laptop, stood up. A small loan? $10,000 is a small loan. In the grand scheme of things, yes. Nicole, that's a third of our savings. That's money we've been saving for years to buy a house. We'll save it again. Tyler will pay us back and it'll be fine. How do you know he'll pay us back? Because I know him. He's a good guy. I stared at her, really looked at her. And in that moment, I saw something I'd been too blind to see before. The way she defended him, the secretive phone calls, the early morning coffee meeting, the smile when she texted him. How long has this been going on? I asked quietly. How long has what been going on? You and Tyler. There is no me and Tyler. We're just friends. Friends don't give each other $10,000. Friends don't meet for secret coffee dates. Friends don't text each other at night and smile like that. You're being paranoid. Then show me your phone. What? Show me your messages with Tyler. If there's nothing going on, you should have no problem showing me. She clutched her phone tighter. I'm not showing you my phone. That's a violation of my privacy. And giving our savings to your ex isn't a violation of our marriage? She didn't answer, just stood there, holding her phone, looking anywhere but at me. I grabbed my keys off the counter. I'm going to stay at my brother's tonight. I need space to think. You're leaving? Yeah, I am. I walked out, didn't look back. Update 1, I stayed at my brother Mike's place that night. He and his wife Sarah let me crash in their guest room, didn't ask too many questions. I barely slept, just lay there replaying everything in my head, the missing money, her defensiveness, the way she protected Tyler more than she protected our marriage. The next morning, Tuesday, I called a lawyer. I wasn't ready to file for divorce yet, but I wanted to know my options. The lawyer, a woman named Patricia, was straightforward. If the account is joint, she technically had the legal right to withdraw that money, even without your permission. But in a divorce, that kind of financial infidelity can work in your favor, especially if you can prove she gave it to another man. What do I need to prove that? Bank records, text messages, anything showing she transferred the money to him specifically. I had the bank records. I needed the texts. That afternoon, I went back to the house while Nicole was at work. I still had my key. I needed to get some clothes anyway, but I also needed to see if I could find anything that proved what I already suspected. Her laptop was on the dining room table, open, but locked. I knew her password. We'd always shared them, one of those trust things married couples do. I hesitated for about 10 seconds before typing it in. Her email was open. I searched for Tyler's name. There were dozens of emails, going back weeks. Most were mundane. How are you? Catching up, reminiscing about college. But then I found one from 2 weeks ago. Tyler, I don't know what I'd do without you. You've always been the one person I could count on. I know things ended between us, but I never stopped caring about you. Nicole, I care about you too. I hate seeing you struggle like this. Let me help. Tyler, I can't ask you for money. That's too much. Nicole, you're not asking. I'm offering. How much do you need? Tyler, if I could get 10,000, I could pay off my back rent and have enough to hold me over until I find work. Nicole, consider it done. I'll transfer it this weekend. Tyler, you're an angel. I mean it. Thank you. Nicole, of course. That's what friends do. I screenshotted everything, sent it to myself. Then I kept digging, more emails, more texts that had been synced to her laptop. Nothing explicitly romantic, but the tone was there. The intimacy, the way they talked to each other. It was emotional cheating at minimum, maybe more. One text from 3 days ago stood out. Tyler, I really want to see you again. Coffee wasn't enough. Can we have dinner this week? Nicole, I'd love that. Let me figure out a night when I can get away. Get away. Like I was a prison she needed to escape from. I forwarded everything to my email. Then I closed her laptop and left. Update 2. That night, I called Patricia again and sent her the screenshots. This is good, she said. This establishes a pattern. She's been in communication with him for weeks, planned the money transfer, and is now meeting him behind your back. If you want to file, we have a solid case. I'm not ready to file yet. But I want to do something. I can't just sit here and let this continue. What are you thinking? I want to change the locks. Can I do that legally? If the house is in your name alone, yes. If it's joint, it's more complicated. I bought the house before we got married. It was in my name only. We'd talked about adding her to the deed, but never got around to it. It's in my name, I said. Then yes, you can change the locks, but be prepared for backlash. She could argue you're locking her out of the marital home. Let her argue. The next day, Wednesday, I took a half day off work and hired a locksmith. Changed every lock in the house, front door, back door, garage, got new keys made, kept one set for myself, gave the other to Mike for safekeeping. Then I packed up all of Nicole's stuff, clothes, toiletries, personal items, put everything in boxes and suitcases, stacked them neatly in the garage. Before I left, I wrote a note and taped it to the front door. Nicole, I know everything, the emails, the texts, the dinners. You chose him over us. The locks are changed. Your things are in the garage. You're free to take them any time. Since you care so much about Tyler getting back on his feet, now you can help him stand. Don't contact me unless it's through a lawyer. I locked up and went back to Mike's place. Update 3. Nicole came home from work around 6 p.m. I know because Mike's house is only 15 minutes away, and I heard my phone start blowing up at 6:12. 12 missed calls. 23 texts. What the hell did you do? You changed the locks? This is my house too. You can't do this. Call me now. I didn't respond. I blocked her number. She showed up at Mike's house an hour later, banging on the door. Sarah answered. Is he here? I need to talk to him. He doesn't want to talk to you, Sarah said calmly. This is between me and him. Stay out of it. You made it everyone's business when you stole $10,000 and gave it to your ex. Sarah shot back. I'd told them everything. Go home, Nicole. I don't have a home. He locked me out. Then I guess you should call Tyler. Maybe he has a couch you can crash on. Nicole stood there, stunned. Then she started crying. Real, ugly crying. Please. I just need to talk to him. I need to explain. Mike came to the door. Nicole, you need to leave. If you don't, I'm calling the police. She left. Over the next few days, she tried everything. Emails, messages through friends. She even called my mom, who told her she was disappointed in her and that I deserved better. My mom liked Nicole, but she liked me more. On Saturday, 5 days after I changed the locks, I got an email from an address I didn't recognize. The subject line said, "Please read this." It was from Tyler. Hey man, I don't know if Nicole told you, but I wanted to reach out directly. I didn't know she was married when she first contacted me. She told me you guys were separated and getting divorced. I never would have accepted the money if I'd known the truth. I'm working on paying it back. I got a new job and I'll send what I can every month. I'm sorry for the mess. For what it's worth, nothing physical happened between us. I know that probably doesn't help, but I wanted you to know. I read it 3 times. Part of me wanted to believe him. Part of me didn't care. I forwarded it to Patricia. This helps, she said. It shows she lied to him too. Strengthens your case. I'm ready to file, I said. Okay, let's do it. Final update. It's been 6 weeks since I changed the locks and filed for divorce. The process is moving faster than I expected, mostly because Nicole doesn't have much ground to stand on. The house is mine. The car is mine. The joint savings account, or what's left of it, is being split 50-50, which means I'm getting $11,000 and she's getting $11,000. She already gave $10,000 to Tyler, so she's basically walking away with $1,000 and whatever she had in her personal account. Tyler did start paying me back. He's sent $500 so far. At that rate, it'll take him almost 2 years to pay off the full amount. I'm not holding my breath. Nicole tried to fight the divorce initially, hired a lawyer, claimed I was being vindictive. But once Patricia showed the emails, the texts, and Tyler's confession that she'd lied about being separated, Nicole's lawyer advised her to settle. She signed the papers last week. Through mutual friends, former mutual friends, I heard she's staying with Tyler now. Apparently they're taking things slow and seeing where it goes. Good for them. I hope they're very happy together in whatever shitty apartment he can afford now. I'm doing fine. Better than fine, actually. The house is mine, completely. I refinanced to get her name off everything financial. I've been working out, spending time with Mike and Sarah, reconnecting with friends I'd lost touch with. Last week, I went on a date with a woman I met at a work conference. Her name's Amanda. She's a logistics coordinator for a shipping company. Funny, smart, has her own place and her own money. We talked about past relationships and she told me her ex tried to borrow money from her constantly. I told her I related to that more than she knew. We're going out again this weekend. As for Nicole, I haven't spoken to her since the day I changed the locks. Everything's been through lawyers. I have no idea how she's doing and I don't care to know. She made her choices. She chose Tyler over our marriage. She chose $10,000 over 5 years of building a life together. Some people asked if I felt bad about locking her out, if I should have handled it differently, given her more warning. Honestly? Number. She spent weeks lying to me, sneaking around behind my back, giving away our future to fund her ex's life. When I confronted her, she called me paranoid and refused to be honest. She had every opportunity to come clean. She didn't take it. I gave her exactly what she deserved. Nothing more, nothing less. The divorce will be finalized in about a month. After that, I'm completely free. No ties, no shared assets, no lingering obligations. Just me, my house, and a future I get to build on my own terms. Someone told me recently that the best revenge is living well. They're right. Nicole gets to figure out life with a broke ex-boyfriend who may or may not pay me back over the next 2 years. I get to move forward without her. I'll take that deal any day. Edit. For everyone asking if Tyler has actually been paying me back, yes, barely. He sent 2 payments of $250 each, $500 total out of $10,000. My lawyer set up a payment plan as part of the divorce settlement that holds Nicole responsible for the debt if Tyler stops paying. So either way, I'm getting my money back, eventually. Edit 2. Some people are saying I was too harsh by locking her out without warning. She had plenty of warning. Every time I asked about the money, every time I questioned her behavior, every time I gave her the chance to be honest. Those were all warnings. She ignored them. Actions have consequences.